In this video, I'm going to give you my honest opinion of whether or not you should buy Dawn of Ragnarok, the third expansion for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Subscribe to the Linus Wilson channel. We give you the secrets to crush Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And I think the quick answer to this question is it really depends. It depends on you. So if you have not played through all of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you probably don't want to buy Dawn of Ragnarok. You're not going to gain enough from that. And there's a lot of free content, given that you've already paid for the base game, that you're probably going to like better. So Dawn of Ragnarok features the story of Odin trying to rescue his son Balder, who's been captured by Studinger of the Muspels, and the Muspels are invading the dwarven realms of Svartalheim. And there's kind of like this mythical story going on, and there's supposedly also some sort of Isu story going on. And I think it really doesn't hold up really well, story-wise, if you think about it from the Isu overlay, but it's I guess it does okay. I'm not an expert on Norse mythology if you just think of it in the kind of the mythical context. So Eivor is having dreams, and he or she is going to want to pursue these dreams and these nightmares through Valka, who's the seer in Ravensthorpe. And so, you basically need to have, I think, the seer's hut set up in Ravensthorpe at a minimum. You can start a new character like at level 340, so you're not going to be under-leveled in Dawn of Ragnarok. At the time I'm recording this, is like the maximum level's like 535, but that'll go up, I'm sure, in a few days. So 340 is, basically you finish the main story. I think there's a lot of free content, the Jotun arc and the Asgard arc, that are probably better written and tell a probably better story in the context of Assassin's Creed's lore, and you have a very direct Isu storyline, whereas this one, I think it's a little bit harder to interpret what's going on, and I think it's just kind of poor storytelling. But there's a lot of things that I think you're going to like in this if you've played through Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and especially if you've played through the other DLC expansions, such as the Wrath of the Druids and Siege of Paris. Personally, my favorite is the Wrath of the Druids. I would play that. If you're going to only buy one, spend $25 on that one. If you're going to buy this, I would say buy the Season Pass before Dawn of Ragnarok. Now Dawn of Ragnarok is going for $30. Maybe by the time you get this, it'll be on severely discounted. Hopefully that'll be the case, but I don't know. Dawn of Ragnarok, I think if you evaluate these DLCs, they're not terribly long. It's probably about 10 hours for the main quests, and then about 30 hours to complete everything. I completed everything in Dawn of Ragnarok and got all the trophies and completed all the map. But I still have more things to get out of Kara's Arena. So I think getting Kara's Arena is kind of nice if you want to do a lot of boss fights and you want to test your combat abilities. I think that's nice. You don't need to jump into that right for the thing, but I think that's good that you get the divine upgrades. That may appeal to some people, to getting that extra set of upgrades that you can get for the armor and weapons. The Hooger Rip you can't really apply outside of Dawn of Ragnarok, but it's kind of interesting, but sometimes also annoying. Like, I found flying not very intuitive and kind of annoying. It was doable, but it just didn't work. The Raven power skill. The Hooger Rip was kind of like a necessity for a lot of things. So there was like an arrow skill, which was a Jotunheim related skill, and then there was like the Muspel skill where you could walk in lava. Those were kind of necessary to get around in Dawn of Ragnarok, and the Raven skill to a certain extent too. So it was kind of more of a burden, I thought, than an exciting new way to play the game, and you obviously can't use it outside of Dawn of Ragnarok's expansion, so it's a fairly limited usefulness. But I totally upgraded. I've used all the skills, and I liked it, but it was just like one more thing to manage in addition to your adrenaline bar and your ammo, etc. after a while. So I thought that gameplay-wise, it was the same as Valhalla. I think there were a lot of missed opportunities. This is a totally mythical realm. We should have mythical creatures in this realm, but instead we had humanoid-type enemies that were either red for lava or blue for Jotunheim, right? So the red Muspels and the blue Jotunheim, but the character types had not changed from the base game. So instead of the diversity of enemies that you'd have in The Witcher 3, or that you would have in Horizon Forbidden West, or that you would have in the Monster Hunter series, or you'd have in Elden Ring, all of the things that they could have done, they did not do. So they didn't take advantage of the fact that it was a mythical expansion to have mythical monsters in that expansion. Instead, we had mostly humanoid enemies, and in that sense, I think it was kind of lazy. I thought that the characterization in this was particularly bad. I thought the only interesting characters I found in this were Isa, who was a moose bull, and then Ivaldi, who was one of the dwarves, and that was because I guess I had some background with Ivaldi in the Asgard arc, and I thought that was well done, but we didn't get enough of Isa. We should have got more of Isa, and besides that, the villains were just villains. We didn't understand their motivations, and we didn't really understand the bond between Baldur and his father. We never really got to know Baldur. We just knew him as this captive. The only kind of character building they had were like these screens that you'd read about Odin's interactions with his son Baldur. So on a character level, on a story level, it was kind of a failure. I mean, I'd say 5 out of 10, 4 out of 10, that type of thing. On a gameplay, it's just kind of more of the same, so maybe 6 out of 10. In terms of new modes, so that getting the divine upgrades, you also get 3 armor sets, several weapons. If you didn't get the pre-order bonus, which is the Twilight set, which is not coming with it at this time. But I totally would have bought it without the Twilight set. You don't need the Twilight set. I think the arena is probably the best thing that they added to it, even though I didn't play it that much. I think in terms of repeatability and something that you're going to go back to, a reason for you to go back to the Dawn of Ragnarok is definitely that, especially people that do a lot of Opal quests. So if you do a lot of Reda quests and you look at what's in Reda's shop, or you do the Ubisoft Connect challenges, I think you're going to want Dawn of Ragnarok, because you're going to want to do those extra Opal challenges with Kara, because you get 3 challenges a day versus 2. So in that sense, I think that's probably the best thing, and that Kara was also very well voice acted, I thought, and they had a good character model for her too. And those boss fights are fun to repeat. So, I think it's kind of a disappointment. You shouldn't buy it if you haven't completed Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. At this point, there's a ton of free content out there in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I would recommend buy Wrath of the Druids first. I would play that before I finished many arcs in England, because there's so much good in Wrath of the Druids in terms of the Dublin trading system, and also the best bow in the game, the Norse Gale bow, which you just get at the beginning of it, and then also the Gay Bog, which you get at the end for hunting down the children of Danu. I think the story is better in Siege of Paris, but there's not a lot that makes you want to go back to Siege of Paris once you're done with it. But the story was not great in either one of those, but I thought it was a little bit better in Wrath of the Druids. So I think, in terms of what they rolled out their best expansion first, their second best expansion second, and their third best expansion third. They have some things to argue for them, but it's only going to appeal to people that, have done everything for the most part in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and it's going to really disappoint people that really wanted to have, you know, a Monster Hunter, a Witcher, a Horizon type expansion, or an Elden Ring type fantastical expansion. You're not going to get that, unfortunately, in Dawn of Ragnarok, even though it's a mythical expansion. Unfortunately, it's just mostly more of the same, just with like different colorings and harder to get around because of the Hoogarip requirements. Subscribe to the Linus Wilson channel. We give you the secrets to crush Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Let me know in the comments what you thought of Dawn of Ragnarok. I guess overall I'd give it a 6 out of 10. Bye-bye.